Yo, what up, Good morning, GMG. Monday, woo, Monday, baby. Monday. Up, over 14th. Oh, baby, what did we tell you guys? October 1st, our favorite influencer was tweeting like, October's finished, October's canceled. Dude, y'all gotta use the mute and block button hardly, not softly in this bull market. You gotta cancel the noise. You gotta mute and block every single person who was telling you about this October thing not happening. Study seasonality, study bulls, study having some fucking balls. Anyway, so down. Sorry, I got my co-host in the house. Sorry, I'm starting strong. It's October 5th, 14th. You know, where the bulls are raging right now. Raging. You absolutely love to see that. I got my co-hosts in the house. Tyler, Mando. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Fantastic, Mando. Fantastic. It is not sunny outside, but let me tell you where it's sunny. In the charts. What's up, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm good. It was a good weekend. Bulls won, or the Bears won, rather, in London. So that was a nice little game
London?
this weekend. They're 4-2 now.
In London?
Yeah, the NFL plays like one game a week in London these days.
Yeah, a week. So I was there. So last year I was there during I forgot who, but there was also like football players everywhere. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm in the wrong city. I was at the Connaught actually having a cigar, Mando. And there's like Dolphins fans everywhere. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, you know?
I'm curious how does the London crowd feel about this? Like, do they want the NFL to expand?
Did you see Mando's
They go down to the games. They're at Wembley, which is where the football team plays, and they sometimes do it at at the Tottenham Stadium. But they generally are played on when the football games are not playing for that reason.
Yeah.
So
it's international break this week.
I used to work basically on a floor of like 30 to 40% Americans. There's so many Americans in
true. Yeah, but
so,
you got like 50, 100,000 people to go there, right?
Yeah, like financial services is like a disturbing amount of the UK population economy, and even higher for London. And there's a lot of Americans in London working in finance. So you these things, there's always loads of people that turn up.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Look at that. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Wow. Yeah. I mean, Tottenham must really suck, dude, if they have to replace them with the football that you play with your hands. I mean, if you're a Tottenham fan, pivot to Chelsea. Chelsea's not doing that good this season. Just pivot to another London team.
Chelsea are doing good. They're doing better.
Yeah, better. It's true. I mean, you know what it is? I like Chelsea, but every time I've been betting on them every weekend, and that's how I know they're not doing good, because they haven't been doing good in my sports books. But it's okay. They're looking good though. They're like a young, reinvigorated team. Whatever happened to their owner? Is he also like banned from the UK? Is he like a Russian oligarch?
They got a new owner 2 seasons ago now. It's the person who owns the LA Dodgers now owns Chelsea. It's like a fight for the owner of Chelsea at the moment. Like there's 2 separate syndicates which own a decent chunk.
Oh wow. Okay. Fine. Did you know that the owner of, I forgot which team is Persian, but anyways, one of the big teams. Anyways, I think it's Tottenham. I think it's Tottenham.
No. Tottenham's owned by it's definitely not owned by Persians.
It's Everton. It's Everton. Oh well, maybe not a top team. My bad, y'all. My bad. Maybe done. Anyway, today on the show. Today. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian fam. It is Thanksgiving in Canada today. Hey, you know what? What am I doing here? I'm supposed to be off.
I mean, it's a holiday in the U.S. Day too. It's Columbus Day, right now, Indigenous Peoples Day.
Oh, it's true. It's so happy Columbus Day in the U.S. Happy.
Why are we on stream, boys? What is going on?
Same question.
What do we do? Wait,
because the weekend was too green. We have to break it down, I guess.
Damn, Sims is really slamming us, dude. That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Damn, Sims. That's crazy, dude. I'm flying to Paris tonight. I gotta I got places to be. I got people to see. I'm here hosting. No, I'm just kidding. Happy Thanksgiving, my Canadian fam. We love you guys. And happy Indigenous Peoples Day, Columbus Day to our American fam. So anyways, today on the show, today, we got daily market report as usual. I mean, ooh-wee! Everybody thought we were going to go down when we hit 62K, but the bears had nothing in them. Nothing. Not a bone left in these motherfuckers. They're ready to hibernate because that's all they could give us. Not even the one in front of the six, after the 62, flat. And we're back down to back up to 65. So Mando will have probably a mouthful to talk about. And then Tyler's, I mean, at this stage, Tyler's got a top 10,000 for sure, right? I'm assuming. I mean, this is wild. Tyler probably has top 10,000 this morning. And then that's about it. Robot giveaways pick back up tomorrow. And last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. With seamless built-in monetization tools, Galaxis enables the development of sustainable long-term communities, fulfilling Bitcoin's vision of decentralized freedom and independence from centralized control. Mando.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone, and it is a very big GM today. We are finally having a decent day. It looks like Bitcoin hit 65K. My honest opinion is we're about to go on a run here. Like, I think we're about to come out of the chop. As I've said, you can go look back on whatever 4 or 5 months of this. I've said every single time when the rally is going to be, this is the period, and I think we're going to head up towards near all-time highs, and I think we break it just after the election or around the election. I don't really know what set this off. There was some positive news out of China, like they're going to do some more fiscal stimulus, although the 280 billion that was initially announced doesn't look like they gave any figures around it, but China stocks did bounce. I think personally, part of this is a bit of a Trump pump. Like, his odds are increasing, and there is definitely some correlation between the two of them. So, you know, if he's at 55 to 60% probability going into election day, I do think, you know, crypto will be strong. It will be strong going into that if it's the final couple of weeks. So, I think we're having a little bit of a Trump pump here. And it's a bit more broad. So over the weekend, obviously we had meme coins dominating. Today it's a bit more altcoin, I would say, and some of the older meme coins are pumping. Things like Pepe, Mog, what other ones? Like Brett. You know, like the ones that were like listed, they were already at $1 billion. They kind of hadn't participated, and now they're participating a bit more. You know, with.
Oh wow,
yeah,
it's breaking. It's a very, very key level here actually for WIF. Very key. Nice. What else?
So on the bearish side, it does look like there could be a ton of ETH coming to sell again. About 1.3 billion ETH maybe coming for sale from a scam, the PlusToken scam. I saw that today. So ETH's underperforming again. Definitely not a good look there. But other than that, majors feel good. Bitcoin and Solana both kind of keeping up with each other. Sui broke into the top 15. I think Sui looks overvalued compared to Solana, as I've said a few times now. That being said, I said that 30% ago, and I've been wrong. But things can go past, I think, fair value in this sort of space.
Yeah, it is a bull market, right? So it's like remove all your fair valuations almost.
Yeah. It's now 25% of the Sol's market cap, and yet around 4% of its fees. So if you're looking for a fast chain, I do think it's slightly overvalued, but we've already spoken about Solana and unlocks and just general inflation FUD, which I think could be more prevalent in the last quarter. South Korea, which is, you know, probably in the top 5 for crypto adoption and like economic size as well. They looking to unban Bitcoin and ETH ETF. So I think that could be absolutely massive.
Interesting
for that out there. and generally in Asia. So that had been one of the things that the new government had come in and said that they would do. It now looks like they're going to potentially go and do that. Australia launched its first ETH ETF today, but I don't think that's necessarily a big deal. And Grayscale, which is the tokenized fund, obviously behind the Grayscale trusts, they're starting to get a little bit bullish on, they're starting to put out bullish theses for a ton of different altcoins. So they put out 35 different altcoins today, which could be considered for funds in the future. All of those altcoins are kind of rallying.
Wow.
Yeah. So Grayscale looking to get into a ton. Remember they did Sui. They did an AI fund, like Tau in it and Pet. Then they had XRP. They've had they're really trying to launch funds for everything here. So they're trying to bring crypto to TradFi, and then Athena, which is a relatively well-known DeFi protocol. We've spoken about it quite a few times. They are now looking to add Solana to their collateral as well. So you had a little bit of a pump in Sol, and you had a pump in Athena today on the back of that. There was some FUD again about Binance. Binance, only one launchpad coin from Binance is now up this year, and it was a meme coin.
Of course. Is it a gaming meme coin? There's only one of those.
I think it's actually Jupiter plus one gaming token.
Yeah, Jupiter's
up. One meme coin.
Man, where's Jupiter trading at? Jupiter to me is still the outside all memes. You want a safe beta, obviously. That to me will always be the best beta for Solana. Oh, it's looking good too. I haven't looked at that chart in a bit, but if you're in memes aside, if you don't like memes, it's not a bad one for Sol, honestly. I like that one a lot. Look at that. It's on its bottom. It's looking good.
Plus, the team locked all their tokens, right? And they did like the burn. So
correct. They've got the app.
A little bit less sell pressure.
Yeah. I downloaded the app last night actually for fun, just to try. I'm not a fan of crypto on mobile, personally speaking. That's me. I don't do crypto on my phones at all. But I downloaded the app last night just because as I'm traveling this week, I was like, oh, maybe I loaded up the Jupiter with like 10, 20K in case it's a quick shit coin. Because have a little money handy. I'm not going to do that, by the way. But because I know I'm going to lose it right away. I'm going to be like, sloppy fucking buying the coin. But the app is seamless, dude. Seamless. Like we have seamless crypto applications on the App Store this cycle, which we didn't have last cycle. Like seamless, aside from the moonshots and stuff. It's nice. It's really nice. Mando, I saw the Athena stuff. I don't know if you guys saw. Like, remember that tweet I sent you guys over the weekend of this guy's bag, like safe bag. He had like Sol, Sui, Whiff, etc. You guys are like, oh, it's too safe. It's not risky enough. True story. Because we like our risk. But that's the guy who basically wrote a. His name is Eugene, and he wrote a huge piece on Ethena this weekend, Mando, which got like 1 million views. And I think that's the one that really had this guy here, Eugene.
And he used to work at DWF.
But no, that's not the Eugene.
No,
that's just another Eugene, I think. I mean, it's a pigeon, but not the racist pigeon. The other pigeon. Sorry, we deal with a lot of animals in this industry. But
okay, right. Maybe I got it wrong.
This guy.
That guy's called the same though, no?
Yes, I mean there are multiple Eugenes in the world.
No, but like first and second name is the same.
No.
Yes, dude.
I don't think it's Eugene.
Type in Eugene. Yeah, 100%, dude.
No, is that DW? Is that no?
I don't know if it's DWF Eugene, but it's the same name.
It's not this Eugene.
The guy's name is the same.
Oh, it's not. Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, fine. You're right. Oh shit, they are the same name. Okay, well, it's not the DWF Eugene. And last name. I was gonna call you racist for a second, but I guess you're
maybe
not.
It is.
Anyways, I don't know, but that's the thread that if you're wondering about Athena, like this thing went super viral and it's like a whole explanation of like why and what and everything, which for those of you who are curious about Athena, I don't have any, but anyways, it's an interesting piece.
Brother, I've been talking about this for a long time.
I know, but you talk about it,
Athena.
You talk about it, and then you take a fat trade, you tell nobody, and then you come back 50x later, and you send me a screenshot in the DMs of your bags, and then you tell me I like this coin here, and then I top it. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm out. By the way, I'm out.
One second, I gotta take my sweater off. I'm dying of heat. I'm obviously kidding. We have been talking about Athena for like fucking ever though. That was like back in the Ovi days when he was still on the show. So I do remember that. What else, Mando? What are you expecting this week? Are you expecting us to like fully just blast off through that 66K mark? Or are you expecting maybe a little like chop higher? Like I don't think we set 54, 50 like these prices, but do you expect us to chop grind higher towards the elections or just full blast? This is the one.
The only thing I can see as a something that stops us is Israel versus Iran flaring up, of which it seems as though there is going to be some sort of response over the next few weeks. We'll see it. We'll probably see a response back. Notably, the US moved anti-ballistic missile technology to Israel this weekend, so maybe we'll see a bit of back and forth there. But yeah, I think we're going all-time highs. All right,
like, love to see that.
Consistent the whole time. This is the time that I think we start to see we really start to pick up. We come out of the range. 3-4 weeks before the election, I think you want it to be max long.
Yeah, love that. NFA DYOR.
I think tomorrow could be a big day because like the U.S. markets have been closed since Friday, so everyone who's playing the ETFs, they missed this move effectively. From
it's closed today.
Right. So U.S. is closed. So they're not going to get any of the action today. They're going to be playing catch up tomorrow. They might be playing catch up at 65.5 or 66. And also, it seems like there was some bullish NVIDIA news. I think over the weekend, I think folks are expecting NVIDIA to continue to move up. So if the U.S. stocks move up, I think that's another potentially bullish tailwind for crypto as well. So it could be a nice little day tomorrow.
I forgot that the markets were closed today, Tyler. I wouldn't have closed either. I was like, I don't like being long into the U.S. Open. You never know. It could go both ways. It could shake you down, shake you out, or blast you off. So I always close before open just in case. I'd rather be closed at 9:30, pump and buy back at like 9:35, straight up. But I forgot the markets.
Well, maybe the markets are open. So I take it back. I guess the markets are open today. So
they are open.
Okay, so I apologize.
It's closed on Columbus Day.
I thought they were closed. They're not.
It is open. Never mind. The markets are open.
You know it's a bull market when Farouk gets back to levered trading, right? You just know. You know that we've entered a bull cycle when Farouk is talking about 10x levered trades that he has to close before the US Open.
Yep. If not, I can't focus in my work either. So that's the alpha. It's not bad, bro. I made like 20 grand brushing my teeth last night.
Nice.
It's nice. You see Solana catching a bid on Asia time. You long, you go to bed, you close it, and you sleep tight. Worst case, next morning, it's $1 higher than your close, but you're still happy. Anyways, Tyler. Yeah, but you know what it is, Mando? Like to the point you just made, now go to Tyler for top 1,000. But like, it's exactly the same setup as Q4 last year. Like, except that we're probably not going to get the same the year, right? 25 is supposed to be like just an uptrend, but like I'm feeling the same way I felt in Q4 2023, like comfortable longing shit without necessarily like worrying about it as much. Like, it's just like, obviously like depends how risk averse you are, but like my Solana longs yesterday, man, there was like 5x, like with like liquidation price like 110. It's like, what are the odds that happens overnight? You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm comfortable enough like trading. Obviously made some bets over the weekend in the memes, but I'm sure that Tyler will have a mouthful to talk about here. So let's get to it.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash the bears. Our top story, likely out of the Trump family. So the WLFI, World Liberty Fi, that token sale will begin tomorrow. As a reminder, selling I think $300 million at a $1.5 billion valuation. They had a launch basis at 8 a.m. Eastern today. I think hosted by the Nullfall crew. I did not tune into that spaces, so we'll have to get the TLDR from someone else. In other political crypto news, Kamala apparently is going to give a speech today outlining her plan for crypto rules and regulations.
Wow.
So I think this will be one of the first times we've seen her do that. So some big
Where did you find that out?
Matthew Seigel was tweeting about it here just right before the show. And some, I think, bullish news. So Mt. Gox, they pushed their deadline back to pay back the billions in Bitcoin that they owe. Now it's back another year to October 2025. So not as great of a headline for those who are owed. but perhaps less overhang sell pressure here in the near term. In other protocol and gaming news, so Web3 gaming had a major breakthrough as top streamer Shroud touted just using the blockchain over Steam while playing AVAX's Off the Grid game while he was actively streaming that. That Off the Grid game became the top free title in the Epic Game Store. So this was a big one. You probably saw chatter about that on the timeline this weekend. And then Karate Combat. So they are launching their own L2 on Hedera. It's called Up, using its Up only gaming stack. So shout out to them. In memes and NFTs, folks, this was the other big story of the weekend. Meme majors are up about 5 to 10% here this morning. Pepe and Whip both up about 8% here. GOAT. This GOAT token was the top mover, top story of the weekend. It's up something like 80% to $140 million on big volume. That's like a 70x in 2 or 3 days. So shout out to anyone who got into that. Slurf back over 100 million. I think Boom back over 600 million. A lot of the old stuff pumping. The Morad memes were red mostly this morning, but I shared the numbers yesterday. They added 1.5 billion in market cap in the past week. So it was a good week for the Morad memes. Then Epic, good friend of the show, the Epic Duck, up 15% overnight after the gaming kickoff yesterday. In NFT news, ETH NFT leaders are mixed. Pudgies fell, BAYC chops, but it's the meme NFTs that are the top story. Smiles were up 150%. Ladies are back to 4.69. Sprotos and Aeons leveled up this weekend as well. Runes, this new Gizmo token. It's tied to the Pups community. Gizmo up 60% to about $20 million. Pups was back up to 185 as well. So that's the rundown. So we've got movement, memes across ETH, across NFTs, across Bitcoin. Good weekend.
You purposely not mention the fact that, like, Mog is up 20% today. There's a little bit of a. Did you catch that, man? He's like, legacy memes. Pepe is up 8%. While Boom, these guys talking about fucking Boom fine, Boom and Slurf. These guys shouting out Slurf, bro. He doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, actually, I even had Mog in my notes and I didn't read it off. Wow, that's some serious bias.
Slurf and Epic are not friends because the Slurf dev destroyed us for fucking.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, remember when he owned like all the supply? Like it turns out it was like a Slurf dev wallet that was destroying Epic the first week. Destroying it, bro. Did he have like 80 million tokens or some shit?
I only found out towards the end. And then it was, he had a disturbing amount, nearly 100 million tokens.
I remember you like a week of no sleep, going full Mando XBT. You couldn't figure it out for the life of you. Mando used to call me like, man, someone around us is just fucking this. Turns out it was a Slurf dev account that was sending Epic to zero every day. Anyways, we don't like Slurf around here, but there's a little thing going on here, between Mog and Tyler. So if the Moggers want to Mog Tyler, you're welcome to. Anyway, I'm playing with you.
I think the Mog crew needs a fire lit under their ass. I think they got complacent as like on ETH following Pepe, and then when SPX
calling you out.
SPX flipped them this weekend. Now it looks like Mog is slightly pulled back ahead.
Let's go. Look, there's a race, but you're not wrong in the sense that there's a race between SPX and Mog to the top here. On Morad, they're both on Morad's list. On Ethereum, SPX sitting at $839 million and Mog's at $847 million. So it's tight. I think the biggest loser in that race though is Giga, right? Because like Giga and SPX were kind of going toe to toe, and then you have Mog and SPX going, band for band here. I'm very comfortable in my Mog bag. I'm not gonna lie. I love this. Anyways, Tyler, Mr. Tyler. I mean, look, there's a lot for you to cover this morning. Where do you want to start?
And there's a lot to go into, and we're chatting memes. Maybe we just finish off on the memes, and then we'll go into some of the meteor stories here. Starting with the Morad stuff. I mean, Mog, the only one really in green here today, at 850 million. But the last week was just incredible. I shared it on Twitter yesterday. I just did a basic analysis on the weekly change in these coins across the whole index of 10. They basically jumped from 3 billion in market cap to 4.5 billion in market cap.
Wow. Higher.
SPX was a huge mover. It moved like 250%. USA was a big one down below, but basically across the board, most of them are up, 2 to 3x, except for like PopCat up top. Giga was notably the lowest performer. It was only up 6% on the week, which stands out compared to the rest of that list. I think one of the themes here is like the ETH ones are greatly outperforming. So like MOG, SPX, Ticker Bitcoin, and APU had much stronger weeks than the top Solana ones. So I'm curious if that.
I think that makes sense, honestly, because I just think so many ETH, like if you own a ton of ETH here, so many of them are talking about moving into meme coins, right?
True.
They do not want to bridge to Solana.
No,
they're like
anything but Solana. This is true.
I am not letting it happen. Like you even saw like the Bankless guy get ratioed.
By Ansem.
I think it was by Ansem the other day.
Yeah, it was Ansem. What's his name again?
With this Trustless State, I think.
No, it was the other guy.
Hoffman?
No, Hoffman is Trustless. What's the other guy's name from Bankless?
Oh, David. Maybe?
Dude, the other dude. No, David. It's funny. One says Hoffman, one says Trustless, one says David. It's the same guy. What's the fucking Bankless guy's name?
Right, it's Ryan something, isn't it?
I can't even find him on his own page.
Type Ryan.
There you go. This guy. This guy got ratioed by Ansem. Anyways, go on. I'll find it while you guys talk.
Yeah. So, which I think is like you're gonna see this. I do think money from ETH will flow into ETH meme coins, and it's way less competitive, and you kind of know what the winners are. So, I do think that ETH meme coins can outperform here. Only the right ones, though. I wouldn't be buying some like second tier ETH memes, but it does feel as though I've actually genuinely been very surprised that Pepe hasn't had like a bigger run than it has. Like I
agree.
I've thought for a while that Pepe should have just like doubled. Because I think if it doubles,
it's always like that, right?
What really follows it? Like I don't really know. Like Mog's moving, but Pepe's not. As in, I think it can double in isolation. That's basically that's the thing about some of these ETH memes is like there's a meme called NPC. Have you seen this meme?
Yes.
No.
You've not seen NPC
or NPC?
N like N like NPC, like a non-playable
character. Which one?
There's an ETH one.
Okay. Oh my, what?
Yeah, it's been like one of the top memes on ETH.
I only heard about this meme last week.
Holy shit.
Look at Farouk's face. We can't see it. You know that, right?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what he's looking at. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
That's insane.
Yeah, big move.
It's at 300 million.
But even like stuff like this, like if you go back,
that's the thing. There's nothing like Turbo Nero up top. Yeah. There's Zen down below. There's really not that much. I'm like Turbo's over 600. Nero's closing in on 1 billion. What's Nero at? I actually didn't even check it this morning.
I do think there's probably space for one like big new viral ETH meme. Maybe attached to an NFT community. There's like a diehard NFT community that's been around for a long time, and maybe they have like a consumer product with it as well. It just feels as though like it feels like it's just right for something. I just don't even know.
I agree
where that would come from, though. It
would be really nice. You know what though? I'm sorry. I don't know if you said that already. Like if it was tied to a consumer product, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like something like in real life, like Giga, like where it's like, okay, they've got that going, but like it's a good meme, and it's on ETH. Like get all the ETH maxis behind it.
It's over a year old, right? Per Morad, like
100%. They've got to be around for, I think just over 2 years, like 2.5 years.
Yeah,
and like they've seen like a bunch of drawdowns and you You know, it just feels like it could be.
Oh, sorry, just
like,
share my screen.
So I hope it comes in the next few weeks, you know, because you know it just feels like you have that window right now.
Hypothetically speaking, Mando, Tyler, a coin like that coming in the next few weeks would really be perfect timing.
Of course, you know, and then ideally you've got like another coin on Solana where we've got like 2 coins and everyone's made money out of them from the last side, and they've got NFTs that people made money from. And
the biggest coins, the biggest coins, many coins, all the coins.
Just feels like there could be an opportunity there, but we'll see.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
All right, Tyler, take it back.
I think that on the Pepe move, so I've been like,
I gotta go, boys.
See you, bro.
Pepe and WIF, I feel like Pepe has been trading at kind of 2x the WIF market cap for a good chunk of the last 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, it has.
Whenever WIF makes a run up against it, I think usually it moves first and then Pepe moves second. Yeah. So right now, WIF's at 290. Pepe's only at 4.5 billion. So like I wouldn't be surprised if we see the 20% candle on WIF and on Pepe rather, and it just jumps to 5.4. That's how I've kind of seen them historically move. But man, you showed the WIF at the very beginning. We didn't really get a chance to chat about it. Like that's a key level. 290 is the number.
You and I literally called this. We literally got off say 292 is like the point. Now let's see.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Now if we move past that, it's the new higher high. And perhaps
technically speaking, we be the higher high here, but you know, I mean, I mean, technically speaking, like seriously, like it is putting the higher high right now, Tyler. Like if you remove this line here, you're there. You know.
Yeah, we're still seeing your Pepe screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry about that. Here you go. That's what I meant. Like we wicked a little higher. You know,
like that.
Right there. You're right there. You know.
And then we gotta chat about the GOAT token.
So tell me more about this GOAT token. So is that the one from Truth Terminal?
So the Truth Terminal didn't create it, but they endorsed it. So
I know.
If you went back through the Truth Terminal, that they were always like kind of going off about this GoatCS Maximus character, and they were tweeting about it nonstop. And I'd had the Truth Terminal on notifications for months now. Kind of just ignored it just because there was a lot of noise. And then late last week, this
on, by the way.
What's going on?
Some weird tweets coming out of this bot.
Oh yeah, I mean, he tweets some or it tweets some weird things. But this GOAT token gets made, and it kind of comes out like no one really knows what's going on at the beginning. They think maybe the AI made it. It didn't, but then it endorsed it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go in on this. And then I think a lot of folks started to uncover the history, which we talked about. So like the Mark Andreessen funding it with like half a Bitcoin or a quarter Bitcoin. I forget exactly the details, but Mark Andreessen had given him money to do things. And I guess now it's been trading with that money. So perhaps the AI bought the token. So that story is going viral. And it's an easy one to rally around. We hadn't seen movement like this. I mean, the Moodang movement was wild, but it still took 2 weeks to get to 300 million. I mean, GOAT's at 130 in 3 days.
Let's see.
I was staring at this at 2 million. Like I've got buddies who got in this at like 2 to 5.
Yeah. On July 10th, Marka gave an AI bot 50K. Thanks, Sammy. It scours Twitter, Reddit, and 4chan to form its trading thesis. The Terminal of Truth has returned more than... Dude, we were some of the first 2,000 followers on this show. Literally, on this show. Remember, Tyler, you were the one who brought it up. And then we were like... And then we gave up because there was no...
I didn't even give up. I saw the GOAT token. I was like, this isn't really the real one. And I was at my desk. I saw it at 2 million. I'm like, I passed. I'm like, I'm not going to buy this.
You didn't.
And that was a 50x mistake by
Tyler,
me.
you didn't send us the fucking thing.
It's painful.
We would have bought that. You know, we would have bought that, and that would have probably like made you buy that, even though you wouldn't have. But we would have.
So now there's a new story playing out. Let me try to find this.
All right, find us another like 1000x, Tyler. You always get the 1000x's. We just got to hit them.
Go to I Rule the World Mo. Just in Twitter. I Rule the World Mo. So it's this
He's
Twitter
live spaces right now.
Strawberry, and they had been he basically has kind of gone somewhat viral about alluding to the ChatGPT and OpenAI, and that they had kind of that they had found AGI intelligence and that it hadn't really been released yet. And it was like hinting at these things, and it was kind of like this mysterious Twitter. Well, it just came out like yesterday and said that NFT God is its founder and is talking about launching a token.
No.
Yeah, if you keep scrolling, you're almost there. Keep going. And there's keep scrolling down more. There's a little bit more. But yeah, it seems like Alex Finn, previously NFT God, is perhaps tied to this.
Like bullish or bearish? I guess it's bullish. He's gonna convince all the normies to buy it. So
this is a clear beta to GOAT at this point if it does launch a token, but like this is a good time. Like this is a hot meta right now.
Right? This is like the face of like there's exit liquidities right there, you know? So
I'm not endorsing this. I'm reporting the news. This is something
you're just reporting, but hey, you can report the CA right to my DMs as soon as it's out as well. You know?
It's one to watch. I think there's also just like this anti-Morad movement and everyone who's just pissed off that they missed the Morad coins and like they want to pump their bags. I think that's part of GOAT. I think that's going to be a part of other things.
I like this tweet. Speaking of that, I think this is so true. Art School Reject tweeted, I'm going to go ahead and say it, but if you're Meme Corner and you haven't bought any of the coins on Morad's list, you're really bad at this. And I have to agree. It's like, because I commented that I agree with that, and someone was like, some people just getting richer. Yeah, they are. But like, you have had time to enter this Morad. Like, even if you enter Morad list last Tuesday, which is when he came on our show, you're probably up a fuck ton. Like everything went 2x on his list. Yeah. Every single coin went up 100% on his list. I literally top bought 2 of his coins with pretty big size, and I thought I top bought, and they're higher. So it's like there's no excuses. What do you think of this take? I think it's such a good take. Like you have an index, it's been made for you. You have someone pumping your bags. Just how we say, oh, we're gonna buy Bitcoin because Larry Fink is gonna pump our bags on Bitcoin. You have a guy pumping your bags for you. You could buy the 10 coins and go on vacation probably and do good. Better than if you chased every token. What do you think of that?
It's okay if you hate meme coins and don't want to buy them. Fine, like that's your thing. But if you don't come to me and say like, oh, what meme coin should I buy? Like, there's a list. There's a list.
That's the tweet. Moon just said that. Moon just exactly what you just said. He said, yeah, people are like, what do I buy? I was thinking memes when there's literally a list of 10 things that are skyrocketing nonstop. Like that's the thing is like. And I guess that's what Morad believes in, right? Like, I think Murad's thesis, it seems to be like, if we all pile into one belief, right? And his ultimate belief trickles down to SPX, right? So for him, SPX is the top of the pyramid, right? Or the bottom, depending how you see it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, like, however you paint it. If you all go toward, like, almost like Safe Moon effect last cycle, right? Everything goes, like, if people just pile into one thing, kind of like the GME effect, that's kind of what he's banking on for this cycle. But yeah, even Deez said if you're in the trenches and haven't bought a single coin off the list, then you should apply it to your local Papa John's to deliver pizzas instead of because this is life. It's not for you.
This is, I mean, part of my core thesis of showing up to the space every day was just not to miss these opportunities. So it's like it's hard to show up every day and not. Even if you just hate by it, like even if you hate this thesis, but just like an emotional hedge. I don't know.
One thing to note here though. Yeah. This is not the real Roaring Kitty, right? Like I know I get tagged a lot in this. Just heads up. Like, this is not. I know there's shit.
Everyone keeps referring to this account as Roaring Kitty, and it's not.
They've got the username, right? But I mean, look, hey, this is this account is good for our bags. Just putting it out.
I mean, it's a big account, but it's not. It's not the Roaring Kitty.
But it's not the Roaring Kitty. Just want to put that out there, because a lot of my friends, even like people are involved every day, like, oh look, Roaring Kitty. But yeah, I agree with you. Your daily thesis, Tyler. This is why we've been like, honestly, like one of the reasons why we kept hosting the show every day is for ourselves, like because like you just it forces you to show up. It forces you to be aware. It forces you to know and be alert of what's going on in the space at all times. And it keeps you on my toes. Anyways, what else? Let's talk NFTs a little bit. I like talking NFTs. It hasn't been trending for a year, but it is again now. What do you think of this great flippening of, Morad went to war this weekend. He said that Aeon is going to flip Pudgy Penguins. I don't think Morad is aware of what beast you wake up when you kind of like taunt Luca Nets, but he still made a statement. Old school to new school. What do you make of that?
It's an interesting call out. Like, this feels like there is a new meta in NFTs, and it's the meme NFTs, which are pumping. And Miladies are back at 4.8. You've got Sprotos up at 3.2. Aeons back over. They're up to over 2.5. To flip Pudgy, I think a key number here is the supply. So Pudgy's got 8888. Aeons only have 3333. Like, a hallmark of the Morad bags is the supply control, right? So it doesn't take as much to pump them. So objectively, it's going to take much less to move Aeons than it is to move Pudgies. I mean, right now, let's see. I mean, there's 100 listed below 5 ETH right now. So 500 ETH in action moves them up to 5. I'm rocking the Pudgy PFP. I love the Pudgies.
Oh yeah.
Would I be shocked if Aeon flips them before New Year's? No, I think it's possible, but I'm not actively betting on it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make those statements, right, to like move things up and make it fun. So it's like, I don't think, I think for me, Pudgy's the one that's safe out there. But out of the old school, like, I guess my comment was more about new school, old school, Tyler. Like, out of old school, and old school meaning 21 school, I think those that Aeon, Sprato, Milady can flip all of them. Besides Pudgy, of course. Like, Pudgy, I think, goes with them because Pudgy's Pudgy. Like, he's got abstract going on, he's got a lot of stuff going on for the eco. But like, I think
people just like, I mean, there was that new object, and like no one was trading these. Right? Like, these aren't like new. Like, they've been around for a while, but they haven't been like on the top 10 list.
Sprato's been around forever. What's the odds on right now on the line? Remember? There you go. Oh, it's just at 8.
Yeah, people must be ignoring this because the odds should be higher now. After like they were down at like they were down below 3, and now they're back at 4.69.
4.69. Apes are 10, but well, I wouldn't take the bet here. So I know I showed it, but I wouldn't take it. Ape Fest next week, and I'm going. But
I don't like the yes side on that still.
Sorry, Ape Fest is this week. It's this Saturday.
Yeah, it's happening.
You don't usually short an asset or bet against an asset on the week of its big event. Remember that. This is like the Ape Fest breakpoint. This is the Apes breakpoint, right? Curious to see the news. I guess I'll be boots on the ground. So I'll be able to report on that on Monday how it was. It's Saturday, but it's there's a lot happening in the space this week. There's big Ledger's big opening, which we're going to, and then that. Okay, I mean, Aeon. Remember when that Aeon was posted at 1.5 ETH, Tyler? You're like, I'm not on my computer. I'll grab it if I would have grabbed it. That one sat there for like 24 hours, and then they just flew once the SPX flew. But it was you have some chance to catch some bids on a lot of those. There were
some nice moves. So like people who just trade NFTs, like there were some nice trades available in the last few weeks.
I really like those, personally speaking.
And they're growing on me too. I gotta admit, I like them. I think I like them more than the Sprotos. No offense to the Ticker Bitcoin crew.
It's just art. It's relative, right? It's whatever you prefer.
I like the Mog Auras too. I actually like the way those look. I have one. So disclosure, I have one of those.
I love everything related to Mog.
This is my Mog exposure.
I like the auras a lot, actually. I don't have any, but I think they're because I have at this stage my Mog bag is so big. Love it. But yeah,
let's flip over to runes for a minute here if we can. So,
absolutely.
I missed this. I was out Friday night. I went to a comedy show. I came to my computer on Saturday morning, and I see this runes, and it's done like 50 Bitcoin in volume.
So what is this exactly? I didn't follow.
It's called Gizmo Imaginary Kitten. So this is like the cat from the Bitcoin Puppets universe, like the artist. They've got the longer handle. I'm kind of blanking on what it is, but they tease this. I think they actually tease making perhaps a sister ordinals collection tied to just the cat. I don't think they ever did it, but someone launched the runes, and the market just went nuts. So, like for perspective, folks, like 2 weeks ago, runes on like the top runes was seeing like 5 Bitcoin in volume on a given day. This saw 50 in its opening day. It's already done over 100 Bitcoin volume. As you can tell, it's been grinding up. And there's a lot of folks who were at the desk who caught this one pretty low.
I was there
to get a nice nice return. People were then complaining because like pups dipped while this was running, and people were like, is this cannibalizing the ecosystem?
Whatever.
But now Pups is back up. So
The thing is, it doesn't matter because it cannibalizes on the day of. Yes, this is true. Because people will be like, oh, I don't have time to convert to Bitcoin or buy Bitcoin. I'll just sell what I have and buy that. But the thing is, it flows back. And this is where you see if your coin is right. Like, this is where you become bullish or bearish on Pups. Like, hey, does that flip back to Pups? Clearly, it did, right? This morning, like, some money flowed back to Pups. It's like people make their bag and go back into what they bought and hold both for one, right? So I think this is good. It's funny, though. Everybody all of a sudden is, like, back bullish on Runes the second something bullish happened there, right? It's like everybody hated Runes.
We flipped pretty fast there.
Right? It's like Runes all of a sudden. It's like, let's fucking go, right? But it's like, you know, like you have Keyboard Monkey, like, you know, bull posting Runes now, which is insane to me. I love you, KBM. I sent Keyboard Monkey when Keyboard on Friday bull posted Runes. I sent him a screenshot of that. I said, damn, top. It's like, when did I become top signal? I'm like, well, you're not really the meme guy. We're laughing, but then I had Cold Blood Schiller talking about it. Like all the big boys, all of a sudden, Runes, right? Like, oh, hey, this is in liquid market. Let's run it up, you know.
And I think the idea is just that they're all just too cheap relative to the meme coin ecosystem.
Tyler, 66, baby. 66. Important.
Yeah, that's on the Runes. Like when Bitcoin goes up, Runes are denominated in Bitcoin. So even as long as they stay flat, they go up with Bitcoin.
You're so right too. So Pup is up 5 points, but the thing is Bitcoin's up 5 points. So it's like the whole thing is up even more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God, dude.
It's a big level there. I think
what's dog to the moon at? Actually, I'm curious.
Yeah, it's 295. Nice.
I mean, this is gonna hit $1 billion for sure.
Dog is still the clear number one. RSIC is quietly back at 100 million. No one talking about it.
But, so I agree. And I was a very vocal RSIC guy for a long time on the show. I sold my bag at like 70 mil. There's no regrets because I bought memes with that on Sol, so I don't care. But I kept my whole Pups back round tripped. I prefer that $1 billion cat over it. And because I see it everywhere. I don't have any. I only own Pups, Puppets, and one Quantum Cat. And a Bold Leo. That's all I have. That's my Bitcoin bag, right? This one I see the most. That's the one D Farmer just PFP too.
They're doing well. They've got they never really gave up. Like so in Bitcoin Nashville, they were all over the place.
Correct.
You have to give them credit for that. Yeah, I've thought about. I don't have any of this. I've thought about entering it. I think it's probably a good buy.
Look, and by the way, like I get it. Like I know guys saying, you know, RSIC gonna shock so many. I'm sure. I'm not taking. I'm just saying, like I'm not taking it away from that. Like yes, it will. I'm sure. But like I'm tired of the whole like mystery thing. Like I'm not investing in mystery this cycle. Like that was last cycle shit. Like, oh, we're building in silence. Like fuck this. Like build loudly or just I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
yeah.
I'm over the whole silence.
It's some hope, and we're all smoking hopium. Hope like with these dream scenarios for how it's gonna.
Like Pups, there's no silence. There's a prophecy. 13 billion. It's redacted enough for me to hold it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Damn. But it's like that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the prophecy is 13 billion. Why? I think it was because at 13 billion, every opium holders becomes a millionaire because their airdrop originally from Pups, if they held it, was worth $1 million. That is so stupid. That is so stupid that I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Possible. In the craziest scenarios, it certainly is possible. I'm not fading any meme to any number at this point.
Yeah. Hey, the puppets flip the node monkeys for a hot second.
This is how it always happens. They do it and then they fall back. Yeah, but always. Clearing nodes have some strength. There's still a group that likes them. Clearly,
I mean, I love my puppets, but let's be honest. Every single time we flip the nodes, we topped. So like in the past, every single time puppets flip node monkeys, it was like a pico top, of course. But and then the nodes flipped them back 2x. Like so every time, you know how you talk about whiff and Pepe, how like when whiff goes, then Pepe runs 2x. Like it's happened so many times where like puppets flip nodes because they dominate the attention. No one's more like right curve and one's left curve. And then the monkey's just like, next thing you know, they'll be at like 0.4 because some like dormant Bitcoin whale's going to buy them. You know what I mean?
That's how it goes. Yeah. Well, quickly before we wrap up, we got to talk off the grid here in Web3 gaming. This was arguably like the biggest story of the weekend. So this game, it's a battle royale shooter. It's developed by Gunzilla Games. It recently launched the early access stage on Avalanche. So it's on the Avalanche blockchain. Since its release now, it's shot to the top of the Epic Games Store charts. Most popular free-to-play PC game. It's been trending on Twitch, drawing significant viewership across basically across all the streaming platforms, across Twitter. Everyone's talking about it. This streamer Shroud, I think he's going viral now, kind of laying out the bull case for why, you know, Web3 games, or why games should exist on the blockchain.
Yeah. I was just looking at this this clip here. This is fire.
Yeah, the game looks good. And he's talking about like how you don't need tokens to go, you know, you don't need a token that's going to go to billions of dollars. You just need the blockchain, you know, as a home for the marketplace and for you to be able to trade in and out of the NFTs that are part of the game. And I think a part of the reason like the games fell down last cycle was because of like speculation and tokens becoming too expensive, and less focus on the game. And then this game
what turns off the gamers though, is the token component of it. It's not the blockchain component. They don't understand the blockchain component. It's the token component that's turned off gamers forever, right? I think not forever, but that's what it is. It's like, oh, why does it have to be about a token? Hence why I love Mando's new narrative. Mando found the right narrative. That fucker found the right narrative at the right time, because the token component of the gaming is a meme. It's like, let's be honest, just for VCs, investors, angels, and players to cash out. But the blockchain is genuinely life-changing technology, like world-changing technology. It's must be using gaming, right?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it just took a while for folks to get it. But it looks like that light bulb moment may have just happened. And if some of the top voices start talking about how it makes sense and how it could be used, right, you know, you can see how it would flow downstream.
Yep.
You get more. So maybe everyone thought 2024 was going to be the year of Web3 gaming. That was like the number one prediction. Folks might have been off by a year, or perhaps just like 9 months early.
Hey, we're still 2024.
It's true.
We're still 2024. You know, it was this. It was a Decrypt article, I think, that went just like haywire about off the grid. I releft it, and then Forbes picked up on it. But for the people who are curious about more, I know we wrote a really good article about it. That that all the avalanche. Yeah, see, it was the day before Forbes, but this one, and it explains to you pretty well on our GG platforms what off the grid is and everything around it. But it's actually fascinating, Tyler, and you'll have to see, right? We've been saying this for a moment, right? And not just we, but like Jonah and like a lot of the gamers folks, like it takes one game. It takes one game. Just one game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes for it to take off. All right, that's awesome, Tyler. We have 3 minutes left. Anything else that I may have missed?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's mostly it. And then tomorrow during the show, maybe the Trump World Liberty Fi token will be live on sale. So we'll see. It might be. I have to look at what time it actually goes live.
Okay.
I'll have to go back through it. And again, this is a 1 year lockup, so this is not one that we're going to be like sweating the charts.
Did Trump show up this morning to the spaces?
I didn't see anyone talking about it, so I'm guessing no. I feel like that would have been brought up.
I didn't see
he would have made it.
It was so early. It was like 8 in the morning.
It's a strange time that they chose to do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see where that goes. All right. No code today. Code back tomorrow. Tyler, I think that was a great show. That was a great roundup. Love to see it. If you're in Paris this week for the Ledger event, I'll be there covering it, doing an interview with my next guest, the next one-on-one guest on the pod on Wednesday the 16th. So everyone is invited if you're part of the fam, and that'll be good. And then we have a lot of stuff. We have 8 Fest this week. We have a big week ahead. So with that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.